All right, good morning once again. We won't take much time today because we have quite a lot to do. So you can see how we can run very fast and capture many things at the same time. Yesterday we talked about, the integral parts of digital marketing, and I got some feedback or some feelers from many of us on what we learned, and it was quite interesting for me as a teacher to hear that my students were actually treated and you got something from the lessons. So please, one thing about all of this training is you must learn to implement the things you are learning. If you don't implement it, it's difficult for you to become an expert. It's as you learn, you practice. As you learn, you practice. By doing so, you become an expert in this field. So quickly, like I said, yesterday we focused basically, or we did only an aspect of marketing. We talked about Canvas. We talked about what's it called? How to create funnels. Yes, I know we did that, and we saw how digital marketing is impacting our world in every area of our lives. So, but one aspect that is very, very important that we must look into is an aspect that most people don't pay attention to this. But without sales, you're not a marketer. If you don't make sales, you're a useless marketer, actually. So that's why I had to inculcate this aspect of course or study to this discourse. So please, like I said, it's going to be an interesting one. I have an assignment for every one of us. Everybody must do the assignment, such that by next week, Friday, when we meet, everybody will now take like 2 minutes to tell us their answers. It's a personal question. You have to personalize it and bring your own answer. I don't know if you are following. Please, I love feedback. So if you are following, just type "I'm following" on the comment section. And that's very, very important, so that I can know that I'm not talking to myself. All right. I can see some persons are already typing. So let's go. Okay, like I said, today we're looking at the key secrets of strategic sales. Like I said, without sales, you don't have a business. So even though marketing is about getting people in, but if you don't sell to them, there's a how to sell. And how you sell offline and how you sell online, they are two different things. And in the online space, the key thing you are selling is trust. That's just it. Most of my clients, 90% of them, I've not seen them in real life. I've not seen them. Most of the time they tell me, okay, I'm from Abuja, I'm calling from Lagos, I'm calling from, don't worry, yes, some of them I worry. So I'm Benin. So when they call me and I can't see them, but there's something that I know as a marketer, I must put into consideration. That's one of the things we'll be looking into, how you sell to people. So we'll quickly move and get into the main aspect of this. Now, the first principle you must understand as a marketer, as a seller, whatever it is you are selling phone, you are selling land, you are selling perfume, you are selling anything as laptops, whatever it is you are selling. One of the things you must understand, you must act as if it were impossible to fail. Now, these things might not follow the normal paradigm of digital marketing, but one of the things I have been taught is this principle of selling. I made so many mistakes because I didn't understand this. I was thinking that because I have a good product, therefore I will sell. No, the fact that you have an amazing product, your product is fantastic, doesn't mean you make sales, actually. But it's by following these things that you make sales. So yesterday I showed us about funnel, about Canvas, and about social media marketing, those 3 aspects. But today, if you don't understand sale, it's always a case of you repeating circles. So like I said, one of the key principles in this part is act as if it were impossible to fail. And before you get to this point, you must also believe in your product. Whatever it is you are selling, you must believe in it. If you don't believe in what you are selling, you cannot sell it. So the 2 major fears that stand as the greatest obstacles on your road to success are the fear of failure or loss and the fear of criticism or rejection. So all of these things are things that marketers will go through. Sometimes you meet some clients that are hard. What I mean, very hard. Sometimes, before you even start making the call, they tell you, I am not buying. I have not said anything. I have not spoken. They're going to say, I'm not buying. Or sometimes you hear all kinds of excuses. Your prices are too much. Please, leave me. I have somebody I'm buying from. But one of the things you must understand is act as if it's impossible to fail. Remove failure from the dictionary. It should not be on the list. So it is not the actual failure of rejection that hurts us or hold you back. It is the fear of failure or rejection that stops you from acting. Now, this is something you must understand. Most people don't go into sales or marketing because they are afraid of selling. They tell you, I cannot stand when somebody tells me I'm not buying. You know, it can be quite painful. Very, very annoying. Something you have used the money to go and buy. Sometimes quite expensive. And somebody tell you, I'm not buying. I don't need it. After you've paid the price to go and buy it. So at this point, you need to understand that sometimes these things happen. So Glenn Ford, the actor, said, if you do not do the things you fear, then the fear controls your life. You can neutralize this feeling by repeating the opposite phrase to yourself. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. Now, I want every one of us to play this game. It's a game. Everybody will unmute their mic at the same time and tell yourself, I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. 3 times. Everybody, let's go.
I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it.
Yeah. So these things are very, very, very important. You need to affirm yourself once again. Let me tell you, rejections are everywhere. Sometimes this thing can be so disheartening. But one thing you must tell yourself, if Mr. A does not buy, I will come again. So the first no is not the main no. The second no is not the real one. I will keep coming back until you buy from me. So the action point for this, identify the one great fear that holds you back from throwing your whole heart into becoming a big success in your field. So for some of us, we are coming here as an affiliate marketer. For some person, we are coming because I just want to learn how to make sales online. That's all. For some persons, we are coming as a stay-at-home mom. I want to be making money from home as a mother. How can I do it? So whatever area you are choosing, for some of us, we are still students, we are in school, we are learning. Some of us, we are just working class, trying to find other means. So, but you need to find a niche. Find an area that catches your fancy. Find an area beyond just the fancy. Find an area that has high pay and high demand. The demand is there and the pay is there. So when you find it, tell yourself, if somebody is making $1 million for this niche, I must also make it. I can do it. The moment you tell yourself, I can do it, it changes the way you think. The next question you ask yourself is, how do I do it? So always act as if it was impossible or it was impossible to fail. Remove failure from your heart, from your mind. It's not like failure. So put your own heart into it. There's always at least one fear lurking in the back of your mind. How would you act or behave if you had no fears at all? Whatever your answer is, from now on, act as if it is impossible to fail. So we'll go to the next slide. Number 2 is put your whole heart into your selling or business. No, I have seen many persons. Sometimes they meet me, sir, please teach me how you do what you do. And one question I tell them, I don't give them a simple test to go and get the knowledge first. And many of times, they run away from it. Their heart is not inside it. So whatever area you're choosing, put your whole heart inside it. I was listening to something yesterday. You know how, for some of us, we went to school for like 4 years to get a degree. Like for me, I'm an accountant by profession. I spent 4 years in school reading accounting. But many times, how the world has shifted, if you don't pay the price, at least 2 years, that's the minimum it takes to actually master a skill online. 2 solid years to be an expert in an area. You can get knowledge in 3 months, in 6 months, but to be an expert, at least 2 years. So if you can spend 4 years in school to get ordinary BSc, that is now obsolete. It has gone. it's fast becoming obsolete. Now, how much do you think you can actually pay for something that is not in current demand? So pay the price for it. Put your whole heart into it. So I'll read this. Your level of belief in the value of a product or service is related to your ability to convince other people, but that is good for them. Now, one of the things you must understand is your ability to, if I don't believe in what I'm selling, I cannot transfer that belief to another person. Now, for many of you, one of the reasons why you subscribe to this training is because at some point, I spoke to you and you believe in the things I said. Or at some point, somebody referred you and said, let me give it a try. But either ways, you either heard something about it. Now, I'm not selling, I'm selling a service. And this service is just about training for some persons. So, but if I don't believe in my training, I won't be here talking to all of you. So whatever it is you're doing, you must first of all be convinced in what you're selling before others can believe or be convinced at the things you're selling. Because one thing I've realized, people can tell when you are lying. They can tell when you are faking it. They know. So selling has often been called a transfer of enthusiasm. So that's why I'm going back to some of these concepts, because if you don't understand this, you might enter after this training and start saying, I paid though, I didn't get value. No, the value is in the basics. Get all of these things. And for some of you, even after the training, the next week, you've already made times 10 of the money you actually paid for this training. Actually, if you can do some of the things I'm saying, you can practice the principles I'm sharing, you start seeing the effect, not just in your business, but also in your career. So the more enthusiastic and convinced you are about what you're selling, the more contagious this enthusiasm will be. And the more customers will sense it and act on it. So like I said, customers know when you are faking it. That's why if you've ever made a call to MTN and the person that picked the call is a bad customer agent, you can tell. You know why? Our emotions are transferable. When I'm happy, it's obvious. See the way I smile. I'm not faking it. It's real. Now, if I squeeze my face, if I try and squeeze the face, you cannot squeeze because it's not there at the moment. Doesn't mean that I don't get angry, but it's about the emotion you're conveying. And for every time you pick a phone to call a client, they can sense your emotion. They can sense when you are angry. They can sense when you are cold. They can sense when you are in a bad mood. It's obvious. So human beings are primarily emotional in everything that they do. I told us yesterday that people don't buy products. They buy your story first before they buy your product. So, and your story is about you, how you can enter their emotion. It's about entering people's emotion. Because you are emotional beings by creation. This is why caring is a critical element in successful selling. So you must learn to be a carer, a caregiver or a caregiver. And a caregiver, you must give care. You must show concern. The client can be very angry. Maybe you call the client either by cold calling or the person has subscribed to your channel or something, or giving you a possible lead, and you call the person, and the first thing on the person's ear is, hello, who is this? There's a way this kind of emotion can make you feel intimidated. But at this point, you must learn the art and the mastery of owning the conversation and guiding the client all through the way. In reality, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. I'll say it again. In reality, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Very important. So the action for this section is, if you want to feel enthusiastic, act it. You must act it. Imagine that your product and services were the very best quality and the very best price in the entire world. Be proud of what you are selling. Whether you are selling Rivon, you are selling waist trainer, like be the most proudest person of what you are selling. Don't care. So long as you are not stealing, you're not killing somebody, be proud of what you are selling. Own it. Like, even if you are making 10 profit from it, don't feel bad. Don't be intimidated. Be proud of it and keep grinding. One day, the reward will always pay off for that thing you're selling. Please, if you are following, just type and follow it on the comment section. Let me know if you guys are with me or I'm alone here. All right, I can see you guys are following. All right, let's move to the next one. Please, if you have questions, just drop it on the comment section. I'll see it, and I'll give you a time to talk about it. So the next part we'll see, the third one is, now, I will make this one very practical. One thing you must do as a marketer, if you're coming as a marketer, is you must make yourself as a real professional. Be in a place where you work on your mind to a point where you know that I'm not coming to sell to people. I'm coming as a consultant. Watch this. Top salespeople see themselves as consultants rather than as salespeople. Now, if you watch, if I take the slide up, let me show you a practical case with my own personal self. Watch this slide. Now, let me take it up a bit. The first slide that we had. So if you notice, you see by Aaron Namdi, digital marketing consultant, is deliberate. I'm not a seller. I'm a consultant. That's the secret. So they see themselves as advisors, as helpers, as counselors, and friends to their clients and customers. That's the secret of sales. People want to know that, I'm not just coming to come and sell them. So if you see me make calls, I'm not coming to sell my business to you. I'm coming to understand your need. Then after I understand the problem you're going through, I now use my service. I now recommend my service as a solution to the needs you have. That's the primary secret that I learned the hard way. So see yourself as a consultant. See yourself as an advisor. See yourself as an helper. See yourself as a counselor. So take for instance, I sell food for, let me give you this general instance. I sell food for a living. I have a restaurant and I sell online. Somebody contacts me and say they want to buy 10 pots of food or whatever it is. At that point, I need to understand the client's needs first before I start going to price. How do you want it? Do you want it cold or hot? What are the kind of food you need? I than just coming with price. Then you now see how you can now give the person some health benefits. I think, what's your age range? I don't think beef will be good for you. I recommend you go with chicken, white meat. All of these things, the client now say, okay, this person actually have me at heart. Because you have me at heart, I will buy from you. Now, if you're selling, let's say, waist trainer, don't be too quick to sell. Be too quick to provide solution. Understand this client's need. Some of them, they are going through issues. Some of them is inferiority complex. Make them appreciate that their body is okay and they can get to any destination that they want with the right training you give them. So always come as an advisor. Come as a helper. Come as a friend. So they see themselves as problem solvers more than anything. When people ask you what you do, tell them proudly, I'm a consultant. I'm a health therapist. I'm a health consultant. I'm a perfume therapist, all those, different names. I'm a fashion coach. So I give them style of the kind of dressing that they put on. Say, wow, I think red and pink will go together. I can help you blend colors to give you. At this point, they might not even know what you actually do. But you now tell them, I have done this for this person, this person, this person. We'll get there now. How can I use your referrals or your testimonials to actually gain massive returns? So the first rule of self-imagery psychology, the person you see is the person you'll be. Your self-image, the person you see on the inside will determine who you be, how you behave on the outside. So this is very, very important. How you see yourself on the inside determines how people actually relate with you on the outside. So that's for being a professional in any field you are choosing to go into. Whether you're going to decoration, don't just go and make decoration and walk away. Look for a need. See how you can enter into people's hearts. When you can touch their heart, you can hold their hand. When you touch their heart, it's always easy for them to give you their pockets or their hand. It's easy. But if you don't touch their heart, it's hard though. You will fight war. Now, the next part, which is very, very important, don't play with this. Prepare thoroughly for every call. Every call, every client meeting you are going for, every request you are trying to get to, prepare thoroughly. Don't go ill-prepared. Now, top salespeople see themselves as consultants, like I said before. They are advisors, problem solvers, customers, and all the rest. Preparation is the mark of professional in every field. You prepare. Now, for some of you, notice yesterday there was a prepared slide. I didn't come looking confused. Everything you're going to be doing throughout this duration of this course has been prepared and well executed. Already in my mind, I've already finished this training, actually. Do you understand? Because it took me time to prepare all of this. But I have to prepare. Not because everybody, possibly they didn't give you 100 million naira or 2 million naira. No. No matter how much the client is paying, you must prepare as though they are paying you 10 billion, actually. Don't go looking ill-prepared. You'll be sold out. Because that person you're selling to will be the person that will now refer you to the next person. And if you lose them at the point of entry, I can tell you something, they will never refer you. So, preparation for great success in selling comprised of 3 important things. There are 3 things you must know or look into before you can say, I'm prepared. There are 3 important things when it comes to selling that shows that I am now prepared. 3 things you must do or 3 stages you must pass through. Number 1 is called the pre-call analysis. Now, during this stage, you gather all the information about the prospect or the prospect company that you can possibly can. So, for me, what I do, I'm using myself as an instance. A client meets me and possibly through referral, and I ask for the company's name, they tell me their name. The next thing I do is, can we get a session with you where we'll discuss about your business? And most times I tell them it's free, a free call meeting with your brand or whoever is involved. So I tell them, can we do it about 4 p.m. today? So I use the next 2-3 hours to go online, check their page, check their handles, check their Instagram page, check their Facebook page, check their website. I check everything. I now come back. As I'm checking it, I'm looking at lapses. I'm looking at holes. So that when I now come at the next stage, I'm coming prepared for the meeting. So this pre-call analysis is when you now understudy your client. Who are they? This person I'm about to make a call with or that is waiting for me to discuss my product. What do I know about this person? So it's at this stage, this analysis stage, you now get to know the clients proper and what their business or their company is all about. So if you're dealing with a business, make it a point to find out everything you can about the product. Find out everything about their product. Everything, not just 1 or 2 things. The rule is that you should never ask a question of a prospect if the information is readily available. Now, this one is it can be an insult to the client. Like, for example, I'm a marketer, digital marketer, and the client tells me the company name. The first thing I should go and do is go and check them out. What social media handles are they on? What channels are they on? What segments are they focused on? So that when I now call the client, I'm coming and telling the client, okay, I saw that on your page. The last time you guys posted was on the 12th of March. That thing always hits the client differently. Wow. So he has got to go and check my page. Wow, that's amazing. So that's the pre-call analysis where you find out more about the client. Very important. The next stage we'll look into, let's quickly run, is the pre-call objective. Now, this is a stage where you think through and plan your coming sales call in detail in advance. This is where you now, after you've done your research and you're waiting for the time for the meeting or the session with the client, this is where you now sit down and now think through the things you've seen. And you now think through the solution the client will need. So, prepare an agenda for the sales call before you go. Now, one thing about sales call is you are the one that set the tone. Now, but if you don't have a plan, the client will throw you up and down. They will use all kind of questions. But when you have an objective, follow it strictly, and the client will follow your plan. So now, please watch this. For example, when you meet the process over a call, say, thank you for your time. I know how busy you are. I've prepared a template we can work with for a meeting. Can we go over it if that's okay by you? Always show courtesy. Courtesy is very important. Sometimes tell them, I know how busy your day is. Thank you for your time. Please, but I know because of how important your time is, I've gone the extra mile to prepare an agenda for this meeting. I don't know if that's okay. The client says, this person is actually quite serious. Okay, let's go ahead. So how you see yourself on inside, like I said, is a key factor on how others will see you on the outside. Now, the last part is called the post-call analysis. Now, this one is critical. After the call, once the call is over, take a few minutes to write down every bit of information that you can recall from the discussion you had. Don't trust this to memory. This is one mistake many persons make. They'll not say, okay, it's in my head. No, it's not your head. Take a pen, write it. As the client is talking to you, you're writing it out. If your pen and paper is not there with you, get your phone or your notes, whatever it is, and start taking note of it. But it's as you do this, the client knows, in my next call, I know what I'm expecting from this guy. Such that after 2 weeks or 1 week, the client now calls back. We now ask the client, I have forgotten what we discussed. So no, at that point, is now very, very insulting. When the client calls back, because you have a note where you've taken on everything, you can just go through the note again and record all the things you guys discussed. Very important. So the rule is this. When you are in doubt, over-prepare. You will never regret being too prepared for a sales call. Often, your effort and preparation will be the key factor that will get you the sales. Please prepare extensively. Prepare. So we'll go to the next part, which is, okay, become brilliant on the basics. There are about 7 things we look into, and that'll be all. So this is number 5, which is quite lengthy. Become what? Brilliant on the basics. Now, there's a model I will share with us. Please, take this model, put it in your heart. You can forget everything I have said. Don't forget all, but at least you understand what I mean. Please, if you are following, just unmute your mic and say I'm following. Let me know if you are with me here.
I'm following.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you. You're following. You can mute your mic now. Thank you very much. All right, so become brilliant on the basis. The quality of a person's life is determined by the excellence, not just by the commitment to those things that are little, the basic things of life. It's not sometimes not the big things that actually make the sales. Those tiny things we neglect. Once you can pay attention to the tiny details, that's why I'm going through. I'm taking the pain to go through this. For some of us, you notice even on Arcadium, the link I sent to you, they don't discuss this. But when it comes to marketing, you must understand the basic. There's some critical things that will guarantee sales for you. Now, I'm going to share with us the AIDA model of selling. AIDA, A-I-D-A. If you are seeing the AIDA model, just write on the page, on the Telegram page, write AIDA, A-I-D-A. Just type AIDA there. Let me know you're following. Just type A-I-D-A. Now, this 4 letter in AIDA stands for attention, interest, desire, and action. I love this model. This is one model that I've always loved. Somebody is asking if I'm going to get a slide. Yes, as always, on the YouTube channel, you can find everything we discussed there. So you can always go back to the channel and get the videos, get everything you need from there. Everything is recorded now, so you can always see it. Now, like I said, the 4 letters in AIDA stand for attention, interest, desire, and action. Now, this thing is the logical process of making a buying decision. Whenever you are having problem in your sales, it is because you are falling or failing in one of these areas. Whatever it is you are selling, see these 4 things are the critical things that guarantee sales anytime, any day. Take me to any law courts, I'll come and defend it. The number making sales, I can check your attention, I will check your interest, I will check your desire, check your action. And many times, you are either falling in 1 or 2, if not all of the above. Now, the first aspect of the AIDA principle we look at is what? Attention. Get the prospect to listen to you. Now, the first word, attention, requires that before you begin selling to anyone, you must break his or her preoccupation. You must get the customer to listen to you and pay attention to you. See, as a marketer, I remember when I worked with the firm, one of my challenge or the things I learned more is this. So I get a list of about 10 persons to call for that day. People that have given us their names to call. So I pick up my phone and I call this client. Hello, my name is Namdi. I'm calling from Digital Concepts. You filled our form some days ago. This is a proper example. Just watch this example that you need our services. All right. So the client will tell you, yes, I'm busy now. I'm at work. At this point, what do you do? So it means the way I started the call, I've already messed up. So how you start that call is critical. But sometimes people are busy. They are doing many things at the same time. So your key is, how do I get this client's attention? So one of the things you have done is, hello, Mr. Abraham. I'm calling from Business Concept. Okay. I don't know if this is a good time to talk to you right now. So you must put it to them to make sure that sometimes they tell you, and you can go ahead. That means I have gotten his attention. But if I just start talking, many times they tell me I am busy, or I'll call you back later, or can we talk later? But when I ask that question, I don't know if it's a good time to talk to you right now. Many times that question always gives me the right response from them. So you must get them to listen to you and pay attention. You must answer the first question of every prospect in your opening communication, which is, why should I listen to you? Why? Who are you? There are many marketers in this industry that is also calling them. Possibly they have filled many forms. So watch. That's why one of the things you do, like the company I work with at some point, once you get the customer's details, they'll tell you their company name, they'll tell you what they are struggling with. So how you engage them is by telling them their problems. Because they've already filled their problem in the form. So when you now hear that, okay, on our form you filled you are struggling with sales. We've actually helped this person in the same field with you make over 6 figures. I don't care what that client is doing, he must listen to you. I don't care. You say what, you have done what? And I'm talking with you, please carry my business and let us go. So the key question is, why should I listen to you? Why should I listen to you when you call? So you can design a question, a statement that will attract the attention of the prospect. Like what I just did now. Because I know what the client is into and his problem, I have to use somebody's testimony to hit him on the head. And with that, the client listens. Your question should focus on the specific desire of the prospect to achieve, avoid, or preserve something. That's the rule. So the next one, there are 2 aspects of the basis, which is what? No, the first one is attention. How do you grab the client attention? Sometimes with either through WhatsApp. How do you, sometimes they say, I cannot talk to you on phone. Can we talk on WhatsApp? Don't say because it's WhatsApp, you cannot close sales. No. There's a way you communicate text message on WhatsApp, the client will read everything he's doing. So that's why it is your duty as a marketer to know who you are trying to sell to, so you can know how to sell them. Some of them will tell you, I don't want message, I don't want voice call, I want video call. I will be telling you. So your appearance also plays a role. You cannot be wearing boxers and singlet and you want to sell land of 5 million. Are you a thief? So your appearance matters. I don't know if you are following ahead, so I can get some response now. So now, the second aspect is get the prospect interested. That's the second part of the IDA principle, is interest. You arouse interest by showing features of the product or service, by explaining how your product or service can improve your life. So let's say, for example, I'm selling a waist trainer. And naturally, my client is either trying to lose weight or burn belly fat or, I don't know, possibly other things. So the key thing on this client is, I have sold this thing for over 5,000 persons or 200 persons or 10 persons, and the case may be. 3 persons from there, I have the videos, have reduced in weight by over 45 kg, bring facts. So I'm telling you, client, because you know the person, either because the person is big in size, if you buy this product in the next 3 months, because of precedence, I'm trying to explain some things. Because you are sure of what you are selling, in 3 months' time, you will lose 25 kg if you follow all the things I tell you. So actually, selling it can be easy, very, very easy. So like I said, a product demonstration can also arouse interest. You can use different ways, testimonials, example, demonstrations. You can use videos, whatever it is. There's this popular trend that's going. What I ordered, also what I got. So also your product is before and after. Before, this was how the client was, but now this is how the client is. I don't know if you get these similarities. So you can use those templates as an instrument to portray or create interest on your client. The number C aspect is arouse buying desire. That's the third letter of the IDA, which stands for desire. This is the part of the sales where you explain the benefit that the process will enjoy from using your product. Features arouses interest, but desire causes the prospect to buy. Two different things. Your product features will arouse interest. The size, sometimes it can be the size, the color, the shape. What are the features of the product? But to get desire, you must learn to understand that beyond the desire, one thing that arouses interest is desire. So move from the interest point. The interest is about features, but desire is about telling the prospect what your product will now do for them. There's the features of the product and what that thing will now do for the prospect. Two different things. So if your prospect says something like, I want to think it over, what he or she is really saying is, you have not aroused my buying desire. You have not done your enough work. So please, you must learn to pay attention. You must learn to listen. When you've done like 20 minutes of sales call, 10 minutes of call, tell the client, if you buy this with on, it will, and then I'm telling you, this, let me go and think it over. What they are telling you is, you have not aroused my buying desire. It means I have not seen the benefit to me that will not motivate me to buy this product from you. I have not seen. Sometimes it's not the price. Based on research, people don't buy things probably because of the price. Actually, price is not the number one factor that make people buy things. It's not about price sometimes. So your ability to think through and determine the real benefits that will motivate the prospect to become a buyer is critical. So you must think through about it. Think through. How do I show this person the benefits beyond the features? Features can be black, it is color, it is the quantity, and part of the features. But when I move to the design is what will those features do to the person that is not using it? For example, I sell car. The car can be ML 250. That's Mercedes. These are features. Green color, color blue, color white. But how do I arouse somebody's interest to buy it? Interest is now, it has low fuel consumption. That's desire. Because the client knows, okay, I will save money with this car. Are you seeing desire? That's how it works. So you must show them what they will stand to gain by buying that product. All right, so let me move fast. I hope I've not missed out something. All right, so the next one we'll now look at. Some benefits that are more likely to stimulate buying desire are what? One, so these are some of the benefits you can portray to the client that will make them to want to buy from you. One of them is saving or making money. Like I just gave an example of a car. The interest in the car, like I said, can be the color, the make or the model, all of those components, the external qualities. But the intrinsic values are the things that will make people want to buy. So I tell you, if you buy this car, it runs faster. Speed. Are you seeing it? These are things you sell. So is that is saving or making money for them? Two, saving or gaining time or increasing convenience. Like for some persons, they don't want to touch anything social media. They're looking for those people that will come and manage their page online. So how do I sell to them that I can actually do it comfortably? I come with different contents, different things to show them what I have done for some persons, and I can take their page from where it is to the next phase. 2, 3, being healthy, secure, popular, or respected or current. So these are different pictures that you can actually use or benefits that make people want to buy. 4, improving one's personal or business situation in some way. If I buy this product, my business will go 10x. I will double my profit in 1 year. These are features. If you work with me, I will increase your sales by over 10%. by 40% in the next 30 days. These are some of the things you must understand. So the next part is build long-term relationship. Now this model says based on trust. Develop trust by asking customer about their needs and then listening intently to the answer. This model, how it works is that you must learn to listen to the client. Listen to their need. Relationship always lead to sales. The more you ask a question and listen carefully to the customer, the more the customer will trust you and open up to you. In the online space, what we sell is trust. We don't sell products. It's after you sold trust, you now sell products. The first thing that they want to do is, can I trust this man with my 100K? It's trust, first of all. And how you trust, how people trust people is that relationship. Many of you sent the money because you trusted me. If you don't trust me, you won't send money because you don't know me. So it's trust. Everything you are selling, both online, offline, is trust. The very best sales people are relationship experts because they ask the most questions before attempting to sell. Ask questions about the client. Ask them about their business. Okay, the last year, what do you guys make as sales? How many followers do you have? Wow. So ask questions that will show that they actually care about the business. Once you have built a bridge of understanding of people, really you start talking about what you're selling. Once you have built that relationship, like I said earlier, don't ask for my hand when you not touch my heart. Relationship is about you entering the heart of the customer. When you do that, it's not always easy to sell. The next one is handle objections objectively. Every prospect has questions and concerns about what they are offering, about the offering that must be dealt with effectively before he or she can proceed. Please, this one is one of the most important aspects of this training. Please, you meet objections like no man's business. So a person will tell you, I don't have time to talk to you. Some tell you, I am not buying. Some tell you that all kinds of things. That will give us the assignment we're doing to this number 7 aspect. Now watch. Objections are good and they indicate interest. Your duty as a marketer is to identify major objections that you can get. Then you now develop answers to those objections. Now, when the prospect start objecting, it means that he or she is beginning to consider your offer seriously. You now have a chance to sell. When they start objecting, it's because they're thinking about your product. But many times, when you hear objections, you now get angry. Don't get angry. They are good. So the objections could revolve around your price. Now look at it. Price, satisfaction, which is that sometimes the customer is angry because of the past person, the last person you bought waist trainer for. The person sold nonsense to her. And you're not telling to buy from you. Why should I buy from you? So you must learn to look at those objections carefully and create answers for them. Now, complacency with the current situation. Sometimes the customer is just angry and not making sales. So he has some objections. If I give you 100K, now are you sure that you'll give me my money back? Or this thing will bring about sales? All right, can you guys hear me now? If you can say you can hear me, please. Let me go ahead.
Yeah, you know.
All right. So I can hear. So you're all following. Please, what was the last thing you guys got? Let me know where I'm starting from. Very important.
The place where you were talking about how price satisfaction and complacency can stir up objection in customers.
All right. So you need to learn how to manage objections carefully in order to make sales. Very, very, very important. objections are proof that you're actually doing or making the right sales, or you're actually doing the right things. So one of the things you do in this place is look at what the clients are saying, create questions around those areas objectively. Then you start, answering their questions one by one. So that's why I say one of the things you must do is look at least, write out 6 possible areas. So that will be the next our assignment for today. The assignment to be develop answers. I don't know about for every one of us. I know we are all selling something, or you want to go into either sales, you want to go into real estate, or you want to go into fashion design, or whatever it is you are trying to go into. If somebody's typing, let's hold on a bit. Why do I feel people are not hearing me? Okay, I can't see the slide. Okay, I'm trying to get the slide up. Let me just hold on a bit and get the slide up. Okay. Please hold on a bit. Let me get the slide back up. We're having some video difficulties. So just hold on a bit. So objections are very, very, very good. They are proof that the customer actually interested in your product. So don't get angry when they tell you that your price is too much. Don't get angry when they tell you that Mr. A sells at this amount. How come you're not selling? Your own is now more expensive. So because you need to learn how to manage the client's objections. They're asking those questions because they actually love what you're selling. If they don't like it, how they respond to you is with their leg. The way they answer you again, they just know that carry their bag and they won't come back again. So because of objections, it means they're actually thinking of buying from you. So take those objections very well. And with that, all right, so we're having a technical issue with the slide for now. So but that number 7 is the last part of the slide. I'll also send us the slide so that we can have it and also go through it again. It's not our own. We are paid for it. I'll send us the slide. So please, everybody, just drop your email address. Drop your email address on the page so that we can. I'll send the. Yes, I know you can't see the slide. Our network, the network here is, or the issue with the system that is not fully. Okay, please just drop your email on the platform. I will send the slide to our emails so that we can have it and move forward. So that last part. Now, after you've taken note of all of these things, now if you notice, the first thing I said was after thinking it was impossible to fail. Number 2 was I said you should. The second one was put your whole heart into what you are selling. Put your whole being. Don't make any excuse for failure. Failure is not yours. Number 3, always put yourself in a place that you are dressed as a real professional in any field. Whether you are selling land, you are selling whatever it is, become a professional in that field. Come as an advisor, as a consultant, as a whatever it is. As you do that, you will see how it changes. Number 4 is prepare thoroughly for every call you are going into. Every call. In number 5, I mentioned become brilliant on the basics. And we share the AIDA principle: attention, interest, desire, and action. 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 So, like I said, the action part is where you now close the sale, where you tell the customer to buy what you are selling. So, number 6, I said, build long-term relationship. Create relationship with your client. That's the key in making sales. And the last part, which is number 7, handle objections effectively. Don't joke with it. Objections are very important. So because objections give you an idea of what the customer is having issues in his head with. So when you now hear your or get objections, you now know how to answer them. And sometimes one of the things you must do is prepare. So when I send you the slide, the questions or the question of the assignment we'll have is on the slide. So I want every one of us to also answer the questions and send back to me through email. Yeah. You go through the questions, I'll send to your email. Please answer the questions and send it back to my email also. Very important. So that will be all for this class on sales. Please, I know you guys have many questions to ask. Let's take the question one by one. If you know you have questions, possibly on any of the things we've mentioned so far, please let me get your questions now. Any question? Can you hear Joyce? Joyce, we cannot hear you. I think she's talking. Okay, wait. Hello, hold on. I think two persons actually speaking. Can they hold on? Let me get. Hello, Joyce. Are you saying something? Can you hear Joyce, everybody? Or just drop, if you can drop your questions on this, if you have a question and we can't hear you, well, I think some persons are trying to say some things. Okay, okay. All right. She's not saying anything. Okay, but if you have any question, please let me know. If you have questions, let's take questions. Please, you can't tell me you understand everything I say. It's not possible. I want to get our questions. Whether you have anything you are selling or you have area you are struggling with, please let's get our questions now. Even from yesterday's class, or something you didn't understand, let's get the questions right here now, and we can move forward. Okay, I think somebody is typing. Let's know what they are typing. If it's going to be a long one, then I'll read. But I would love if you can also unmute your mic and ask. Possibly we can also hear. Let's see if that will work. So from my observation, it means everybody understands what we shared. This is serious. Okay, someone is asking a question. She said, okay, that's okay. My question is, aside from calling the customer, we can use chat, right? Yes, you can actually use chat, like I said. But let me explain how chats work because you have to be very careful with it. Information and communication has evolved over time. Before now, how we communicate is via text message. No, not even text message, via letter writing, letter. In those days, even though I was not born then, or if you are born then, you're still small at some point. So the means of communication was letter. And sometimes it might take up to 1 week, 2 weeks. So the word kept evolving from letter to SMS. Nokia phone, you can send SMS, receive it. From SMS, we move to voice calls, actually. You can now make calls, and you can see WhatsApp calls quite easy. Now we now move from WhatsApp calls into video calls. And the new phase that we're going into now is now this area called Meta, where people can now create a meta version of themselves and appear in places where they're not supposed to be and present live as though they were there. So if you are, let's say you are a chatting person, you must learn how to engage with chat. Because people are moved by what they hear and see. So if it's just only what they're going to receive or what they receive via chat, you have to be very good at your chatting. So that's why one of the ways you convert clients easily is tell them, please, when will be a good time for us to talk? They're saying they are busy. If you can ask, sometimes they might tell you, can we chat? Yes, but I prefer we talk about it. Because sometimes when you hear people's emotion, you can hear what they're not saying. But you can listen attentively to them, know when they're trying to dodge or not say some things. Then you can also ask questions and get feedback on the spot. Okay, Collins. Okay, I don't know, Mrs. Ken, I don't know if you got the answer that I said. You can actually use chat, but it all depends on how good your chat is. If you can convert via chat, it's fine. Sometimes some clients will just want to chat with them. Please go ahead and chat with them and they'll actually close. Just make sure you have those key areas I mentioned. Attention, interests, desire, and action. Those 4 things must be present in your chat. They must. Just follow that thing, copy it, and always make reference to it in every time you're chatting with the client or answering their questions or trying to get engagement. That's all. Okay, I will take the second question that Joyce, okay, Joyce is saying, as for me, I prefer calls because I believe I can get my client attention faster. Yes, some persons will actually prefer calls. Because for me, I also prefer calls because calls is actually quite easier. And I can close you fast without wasting much time. All right, let me look at Collins. Collins is saying the weather is really bad due to, okay, network is bad due to weather. Didn't get much from the class. Okay, Collins, what aspect did you not get? Please indicate. Let me see if I can go over it again. Just drop it at this. What aspect did you not get? Is it everything about the class or some you didn't get some part of the class? Thank you very much. Just do that. All right, so please, I love this question. Let's keep discussing and also get other people's opinion. It's very important. Ask, okay, somebody is saying I have a question. Please ask a question. That's victory. If you cannot mute your mic and ask, that'll be fine. So because we chat, I get to keep details better as I'm dealing with a lot of clients. Yes, actually. Yes.
Okay, sir. Hello, sir. My question is, for example, now you initiated a call with a client and knowing the call you didn't do well and you messed up the customer's interest, you messed up the prospect interest. How do you now handle such issues like you after initiating the call, but at the end you know that you didn't do well at all and the customer, how do you now awaken the customer's interest again after you've messed it up?
All right, I think this one is quite a very, very interesting question. Now, one of the things about online, many of the time, you don't have a second chance to create attention, especially with somebody that you've messed up. So, but watch, there's always a way out. And the way out is consistency in follow-up. There's something called follow-up on some clients. Let's say you've messed up. How you follow up with them is to show them results from other clients, from other things you've done. With that way, you now arouse their interest again. But you don't go and after you've messed up the presentation, you don't go back and say, God, please, so I didn't get the key part that day. Let me know. Though you've messed up. But one thing you can do is to do follow-ups with testimonials. Do follow-up with results. Nobody doubts results. Result is a proof that you know what you're doing, even though you didn't know what you were saying. So with results, you can always arouse interest. And sometimes that client will give you a second chance. But without results, once you mess up, it's hard. I don't know if I answered the question. Please, if you understand or you follow, please.
Yes,
All right, thank you very much. Okay, there's another question here. How do you convince a customer to buy your goods or product when you know the person can get it somewhere else cheaper? The difference in yours is original. Now, I gave us an assignment. In that assignment is this question. So I will not answer this question. That's God's love. I will not answer your question. This question is your assignment on the document I will send to you. So I expect every one of us to give me a detailed answer to the question. So I will not answer this question because that's my assignment to all of you. So please, God's love, hold on. By next week, we'll look into this. I've taken note of it. So the next one, yeah. So by the next class, will answer this question. But part of the assignment I gave you guys, and I want you guys to do the assignment. So I want to, there's a 6 model questions or objections that, okay, let me not leak the secrets. Let me wait for us to get it, then we'll move. So the next question here is, somebody said you've actually answered yourself. No, it's more complicated than that. There's more to that question. There's more to that question. So let's go back. I will send us the document. Please go through it. Go through yesterday's course. Be abreast. Then next week, Friday, we'll now start our social media marketing proper. Facebook and Instagram ads. How to run them. That's the main thing we're going for. So by next week, Friday and Saturday, I know I use 2 days to do Facebook alone, or even three days, because it's quite a huge task to get all of those components so you can understand it properly. So by next week, Friday, we'll look into it. But please, on this platform, feel free to share questions, share your objections, and other things you've noticed. I don't know if anybody have any other question again or contribution you want to itemize. Please, God's love, if you heard what I said, just say, "Sir, I understand." Let me know you're following. Before we close for today. Any other questions? Any other, based on what you've... Yes, our fixed time for classes, Friday is always 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Saturday is 11 a.m. That's the fixed time. We don't have any other, except where there are issues like what happened today. But our fixed time is Friday, 2 p.m., Saturday, 11 a.m. I hope that's clear, Mr. Collins. Okay. Friday is asking if you can have a Friday class evening. Okay, what time are you suggesting? Then I'll ask others, then we'll see how we can progress. Just send me a message privately. Okay, Mr. Collins, send a message privately and let me see how I can consider it. Very important. Has it ended? Okay, so not ended. Class is still okay. All right, we are still waiting for some persons to... Okay, somebody is saying, "Sir, please, I got scared when you said getting clients is actually tough yesterday." Is it? No matter the industry you're in, clients is very easy to get, but sometimes it takes work to get them. And thank God for the online world. With adverts, you can get clients every second, every minute. But and there are 2 ways to get clients. There is the paid advertising and the unpaid one. Do you understand? So those 2 channels, these are the 2 means you can actually use to get clients. So it all depends on which one you're going for. If it's the normal, what's it called?